Kids and the Ad Council.
All right, we are back here live on 91.7 WLFR Pomona here on the campus of Stockton University. And we want to remind you that we are powered by AtlanticCityFocus.com. We're wrapping up our interview with Terrie Reese, who actually was with us Sunday for community, culture, and conversations. Did you have a good time at that event?
I did. I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, so I want to thank you for stopping by there. I met you courtesy of Alice from Indivisible.
Yep.
And now we're here together here at 91.7 WLFR Pomona. One thing that I asked you behind the scenes on Sunday is, I'll preface it like this. A lot of people are concerned about what will happen if we indeed wind up with a Republican governor. And a lot of people are concerned about what's happening now in light of having a Republican president. And with all due respect to Alice, who I love, I don't know how effective marching is and protest is to someone who doesn't seem to have a conscience or have a care about, like, these people don't even seem to care about their own constituents, much less whether you march or not. So, you know, I'm wondering what, you know, Democrats' solid plans are with regards to if we have a Republican in office for a governor. And I shared with you, not the details, but I'm making plans for what happens if we wind up with a Republican governor and, you know, marching ain't in the plans. You know, so what can people actually do? And, you know, in light of what's already passed with the big, beautiful bill, what can people actually do that can make a real difference?
Okay, so personally, again, I feel that we as a people in this country have become very complacent because many of us didn't expect Donald Trump to win in 2016, let alone in 2024, but yet he did. And the second administration is even more deliberately cruel and purposefully breaking democratic norms and the constitutional framework that both parties had honored for the most part for over 200 years. So moving forward, as much as, you know, some people may not feel that like marching or rallies or protests are, you know, making a difference, we still need to be vigilant. We need to be active. We need to be engaged so that we can protect the very foundations of our democracy. So, you know, holding our elected officials accountable at every level, city, county, state, and federal, and being active and involved in knowing who is running for the different offices. It's not just a matter of saying, well, I'm not going to vote for this person because they're Republican, and I'm only going to vote for this person because they're a Democrat. It's really finding out who they are, what they're about, and what they bring to the table in order to move your communities forward. And it does start at the very, very local level with your municipal offices. So you want to make sure that people are registered and they are voting in all elections. We had 1/3 of the voting population not sit out of the presidential election. We need to correct that. Okay. We need to get more people voting. Attending town halls and public meetings, asking questions, demanding transparency, getting them on the record for being for or against something. You know, a couple of times I've been at county commission and town council meetings where we read statements asking them to say, do you agree with this statement or do you not? Like, do you support the cutting, you know, the cuts of funds to SNAP? You know, that kind of thing. joining your local civic groups and, or community groups to get involved in the neighborhood associations, volunteering for campaigns that feel good to you, that they're the ones that, the candidates whose policies align with your own values. Follow your representatives, track their voting records, their public statements, how they participate, hold them accountable. Engage on social media, but share factual information to raise awareness and connect with other people who don't care. Because you're not, regardless of how you're feeling right now, you're not alone. There are other people who feel exactly the same way. Organize and participate in community forums where you can create safe spaces to discuss issues and build collective power. One of the things I strongly advocate for is civic education so that everyone can understand the functioning and the role of government and citizen rights in schools and communities, and use your voice beyond voting. Again, electing officials, contacting them regularly via calls, emails, or letters, and not just during election season, which is what we have, what we've seen. I've had some, Republican friends and acquaintances who have said, you weren't this active when Joe Biden was president. And I'm like, well, Joe Biden wasn't passing policies that were, inhumane and hurting people, like wanting to take services away from vulnerable communities, so that's why. And if I miss things, I apologize. But yeah, and it's really community based. We've seen that our communities are really strong. We have so many service oriented communities in our areas, and we'll just have to continue to support them in every way that we can, moving forward, but also can, not just right after an election, but moving forward always, even when things are going our way, not saying, well, we can let up now because everything's good. It's like, no, we need to still continue to stay active and involved and hold our elected officials accountable.
Well, let me ask you, now I'll make a statement because this could be considered combative. I, for one, am not sure there will be fair and free elections moving forward. Florida's already scrapped their 2025 elections. So, that's just my statement. So,
Right.
Again, I'm I'm hoping for the best, but I'm definitely preparing for the worst. I said early on that Donald Trump could win, and so nothing that took place in 2016 or in the last election surprised me at all. I'll say this. I played basketball with some gentlemen in Margate who happen to be Trump supporters, and I'm under no delusion as to what they believe. I told one of them who is not a Trump supporter, my worst nightmare is that my niece would be driving around Margate and her car breaks down and one of those degenerates come across her. Mm-hmm. So this is the America that is not the America I want. Mm-hmm. It's not the America I worked for, but this is the America that I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the way I approach, and that's the way I'm preparing for this upcoming governor's election. With that being said, I've used up so much of your time. You are definitely welcome to come back. What would you like to say as your closing statement for today?
So two things first. There on Thursday, there are a number of different events that are being held. There's one in Ocean City from 12 to 3 at the base of the causeway on the Ocean City side for the Good Trouble protests. Right. There's also one in front of Jeff Andrews' office from 4 to 6 in Northfield at 1001 Tilton Road. Because there is power in the people, and whether it's actively protesting, bombarding your elected officials with your thoughts, your insights, how the wrong that they're doing in your communities, whether it's, doing what we call a boycott, where you're only buying from those retailers, or supporting companies that have progressive values, that support equal rights, equitable rights, all of that, and boycotting those who don't. There's that going forward. But because as we've seen throughout history, it's the people who have the power over the government, and when enough of us show up, there will be change, and I firmly believe that. So essentially, I'm running for Congress to represent New Jersey's 2nd District, not because I'm perfect, not because I have a powerful donor network, but because I believe in people and that they're more important than things. I believe government should serve all of us, not just the wealthy, the well-connected, or those who vote or contribute in a certain way. I've lived the same challenges that so many South Jersey families face every day, whether it's raising kids on a budget, navigating caregiving, fighting for health care, working crazy hours and multiple jobs. And that's the experience I'll bring to Washington, real life problem solving with empathy and the kind of common sense that only comes from living with it. So my campaign isn't about power. It's not about sound bites or photo ops. I'm not doing this to be famous. It's all about restoring integrity, accountability, and compassion to public service. It's about fighting for affordability, healthcare as a human right, environmental justice, reproductive freedom, and treating immigrants and working families with dignity and respect. It's about protecting our democracy and ensuring that everyone, no matter where they live, what their background or their income is, has a voice and a fair shot to succeed. And I know that this road won't be easy, but I also know that when we show up, we speak out, and we stand together, that we are powerful as a community and a group. So I'm asking for you to join me, not just with your vote, but with your voice, your time, and your belief that we can build something better right here in South Jersey. And vote for me in 2026.
She is Terrie Reese. She's running for Congress. She wants your vote. And how can people get in contact with your campaign, get more information about your campaign?
Sure. So my website is Terrie Reese for NJCD2. It's TerrieReeseForNJCD2 @.com. That's also my email address would be @gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter as well. And I'm having an volunteer organizational inaugural organizational meeting on Thursday at 6 o'clock at the Egg Harbor Township Library for anyone who would like to volunteer for the campaign.
Alrighty, well, I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ray.
My pleasure. Again, she is Terrie Reese. She's running for Congress in the 2026 election. You are listening to The Light, powered by AtlanticCityFocus.com. So, as she gets ready to